Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Ladysurvival here. Today I'm doing one of my beginner, noob-friendly mount guide run things where I show you how to go to a dungeon or a raid and kill a boss for the chance at a mount. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump on into it. So the mount that I figured we would go after today is this Blue Proto Drake. I actually still don't have this mount. I want this mount so bad, so fingers crossed that somehow this will drop for me today, because that would just be really cool if I was filming and it dropped. But this is a super cool looking Blue Proto Drake. It drops from the boss Skadi the Ruthless in the dungeon Utgarde Pinnacle. So that is from the Wrath of the Lich King expansion. So that is going to be in Northrend. Ignore all these candy bucket marking things. I still have an add-on installed from the Halloween time, Hallow's End, but we're going to Northrend to Howling Fjord, and we're going to be coming right here to this Utgarde Keep. So let me show you how to get there. I am currently on a Horde character, and there's two ways to get there. I'm going to show you one of them first, which is not really the faster method, but I'll explain as we go. So the first option, this isn't the way that I would typically get there, but you'll see how this could become useful if you have any issues, is going to Dalaran Crystal Song Forest. This is just in your portal room, so for Horde or Alliance you would be able to find this portal, but this is only something that you might need to do on the Horde side, which again I'll explain in a moment. So taking that portal to Dalaran Crystal Song Forest will bring you to Crystal Song, and then you would just fly from your mount to Howling Fjord to Utgarde Keep, and I'll show you where the actual dungeon entrance is. But for now, I'm gonna go back to Orgrimmar. I could use my Hearthstone, but I'm just gonna use the portal to Orgrimmar so that I can save my Hearthstone. So that's one way to get to Northrend on the Horde side. But the other way, which is the way that I always use, it's the fastest way, is to go to the Undercity / the Runes of Lordaeron in Tirisfal Glades. So that one, we're going to fly from the Gates of Orgrimmar. And again, this is the way that I would recommend if it works for you. So we're going to come over to here onto this Zeppelin tower, and there's this portal to the Runes of Lordaeron, and that is located right here. You can see there's a portal to the Undercity. All right, so once we come through to here, this is what I see. I show up right here in the Runes of Lordaeron, and there is this portal to Howling Fjord, which is exactly where we need to go. So you can see how that's super quick. It's like, take the portal, the Undercity, boom, go through to the Howling Fjord. But depending on what timeline of this zone that you're in, I feel like you guys might know that every time we come to this zone, Tirisfal Glades, I'm always coming over to show you this Zadormi NPC that allows you to switch timelines to the past and the present. As you can see right now, all the trees are destroyed. There's like blight everywhere. So let me switch the timeline and show you kind of like the other thing. You always have to click it twice. I don't know why. But see how we're now in this timeline where everything isn't destroyed and you can actually see the town of Brill. If this is what you see, the portal to Howling Fjord is in a different spot. So our portal was over in the Runes of Lordaeron, but if you have it like this, where you can see these towers, I'm so proud of my landing there, this is where the portal to Howling Fjord is. So it could be in one of those two spots, but either way, it should kind of mark them on the map and kind of show you what portals there are. So this would be the portal that you would use. So this is like the same thing as clicking it over in the Runes of Lordaeron area, just depends on what timeline you're in. But one more thing I wanted to mention is that if for any reason you can't talk to Zadormi, which I've heard some people comment on my videos being like, I can't change timelines, what do I do? That means that you either, it could be one of two things. One, you didn't play during Battle for Azeroth and you have to do the intro quest to Battle for Azeroth, which kind of is the thing that sets up the Tirisfal Glades being destroyed, which then allows you to switch timelines. Either that, or it could be that you have to do the Return to Lordaeron questline from the Shadowlands. It's one of those two things. I think that it's from not if you weren't playing during Battle for Azeroth, so yeah, I know that that's super confusing and there's so many like variables, but that's why I was saying if for any reason you can't access or see the portal to get to Howling Fjord, which I think you should be, but I just figured I'd mention that the other way you can get to Northrend is with that Dalaran portal to Crystal Song Forest. So I hope that that explains everything. If you have any questions or issues, let me know in the comments down below. But for now, on a Horde character, we're just going to go ahead and fly from Vengeance Landing over to Utgarde Keep. So I'm going to start making my way over there, and as we get closer, I'll show you the exact entrance of the dungeon. Alright, so we are getting closer. As you see this tower, which is Utgarde Keep, you're going to want to land right over here onto this platform, and here is the exact location. If we zoom in, just make your way to this spot here, and yeah, you can also tell because it has this Utgarde Pinnacle meeting stone. That's like a good way to kind of mark it. So for this one, oh my god, I'm like, I love her transmog. And what is her transmog? It was the Sylvanas transmog, but she disappeared. So once you're out front of the entrance, this is where you're going to want to make sure to set your difficulty to heroic. So this one is a dungeon, not a raid. So just go ahead, make sure that it's on heroic, not normal, because if we check our adventure guide thing and go into... This is just so I can physically demonstrate to show you guys. Utgarde Pinnacle, the boss that can drop this mount is Skadi the Ruthless. And if you look at his loot, you can see that on normal difficulty does not drop the mount, but on heroic he does. So definitely make sure that you set it to heroic. And this one's cool because since it's a dungeon, not a raid, you can run a heroic dungeon once per day per character. So on this one character, I could come here every day, 7 days a week, and run it. And I could get onto all of my different alts, different characters, and come run it pretty much as many times as I want because I have so many characters. So yeah, that's how heroic dungeons work. It's once per day per character. Regular dungeons, like normal, I think you can run them 10 times per hour, but a lot of the time mounts don't drop from normal. So just kind of to let you know the difference between normal and heroic. But before I go in, I'm going to actually log out and get onto one of my alliance characters so I can show you how to get here, which isn't as complicated because the Alliance side doesn't have to deal with Tirisfal Glades, Undercity, all that weird timelines, adore me stuff. So here I am on an Alliance character, and I actually realized, like, how do I get to Howling Fjord on an Alliance character? Because I usually run Utgarde Pinnacle on Horde characters. I don't think I've ever run it on Alliance, I'm just realizing. So there's kind of a few options as well. So there's no like direct way to get there from Stormwind on an Alliance character. Your few options that you have is you could manually fly from here to Wetlands, like just on your dragon riding mount. It would be pretty quick, and you'd have to come to Menethil Harbor and take the boat to Howling Fjord. There might even be a portal. It might be a boat. I don't know. It's been forever. But that's your one option, literally just flying from Stormwind to Wetlands, Menethil Harbor. Now, the other thing, which is the way that I'm going to do it, that's going to make it a little bit quicker, is there is a portal to Ironforge if I take the portal to Boralis. So this is just in the portal room. I'm going to go through here, but this might be something where you might have to have these portals established from playing, again, some of the intro quests in BFA, because I don't know if these are just here, but this is an option. Again, the other option would be to take the portal to, let me just run over here real quick. There's the portal to Dalaran Crystal Song Forest, which would then, like I was mentioning earlier, then you would be right here in Crystal Song and you could just fly to Howling Fjord, which might actually, in a way, be the quickest option opposed to you'd have to be flying from Elwyn Forest to Wetlands anyways, so there's already some flight time, so it might just be quicker to go to Dalaran Crystal Song Forest, but let me show you what I'm going to do and how it works for me. So I took the portal to Boralis, which is the BFA zone, and then right here, if I turn around, there's a portal to Ironforge. Now, I don't know if that'll be there for everyone if you didn't play during BFA. If not, you'd have to do the intro quests to kind of establish your portals in Boralis. But this is how I'm doing it, and basically why this is nice is because I instantly just went from Elwyn Forest to already being in Dunmoreau, and Wetlands is like right here. So I just basically got myself a little bit closer. Where am I going? Hello, this way. I should probably switch to my dragon riding mount. I am on my regular flight style mount. Yeah, so I'm just gonna go ahead, we're gonna pop out here. Let me just kind of show you. I know that these videos are pretty raw. Like I try to do these, okay, I'm going the wrong way. Hello. Wetlands is this way. So we're making our way over to here. I'm actually just gonna put a little marker pin onto my map so that I know where I'm going. But yeah, I definitely, I try to make these videos as noob friendly as I can, like really explaining how I'm getting here, because a lot of people don't necessarily know the exact way to get to places. So I'm sorry that my videos are a little bit longer, but I'm just trying to show you real time. And hey, look, the boat is here. The Northrend boats look a little bit different. See how it's got like, you know, this is a Northrend boat, that's how you know, but it's actually here. So we can just go ahead and we just made it here on time. And as I said, it's marked there that there's the boat to Howling Fjord. So that is how you get there for the Alliance. We're just gonna be on this nice little boat ride. This is actually so scenic. You guys are gonna see when we spawn into the other side in Howling Fjord. Back in Wrath of the Lich King, this was such an iconic moment showing up. Just wait, you're gonna see. There's our little boat map. We're showing up. Oh my goodness, it's just so... I could easily just immediately start flying on my mount and just get off the boat, but oh my god, it's so cool coming in through here. It's kind of like a long-ish boat ride, like we're going all the way through, but it's so cool. I would definitely recommend just like taking it in and enjoying it. Oh my god, I'm getting nostalgia of like the first time playing Wrath of the Lich King on my Night Elf Druid. What the hell? But anyways, I just decided to take off. We're flying while the boat's just coming in through the fjord there, and we're heading over to Utgarde Keep. So remember, from Horde side, we came from Vengeance Landing, and we are coming from Valgard. And we're just gonna come around here, get over to our entrance. I'll probably show you guys me running this twice. So, you know, like I'll do it on my Alliance character. I guess I'll just go ahead and then I'll hop back onto my other tune. So look, I wanted to make sure dungeon difficulty, it was set to normal on this character. So I want to make sure it is set to heroic. And then we're going to go ahead and run on in and let me show you how to do this. So basically this one is pretty easy. One of my favorite things about this is, of course, that it's just a dungeon, so I feel like it's a lot quicker because it's not as big as a full-on raid that you sometimes have to, like, you know, get to one of the bosses deeper in here. But this one, you can just go ahead and run through everything. I can go ahead and like AoE them down as I go, but I can also just kind of let them all trail onto me and just kill them at the end here. And I like to use all of my little speed boost things. So we're just making our way through. You don't even have to kill any of the bosses on our way there. So as we're coming down this hallway, this is technically a boss that we're coming up on. And there's like RP that happens, but you don't have to stick around for it. You can just keep running. We're gonna head down this hallway, just like leave her in the dust. Have fun back there. And then we are approaching another boss, not quite yet, but we will be here soon. But this dungeon's pretty easy. There's only like one way to go. It's basically just like a long hallway, so you can't really get lost or anything. All right, this is where we're approaching another boss room. And yet again, it doesn't matter. It's funny because younger me, when I was first learning about doing mount runs and when I was first doing these runs of this place, I thought that I did have to kill the bosses, and I used to like kill them all. And then one day I was like, wait, what if I skip them? And I realized, well, you can. So this is Skadi the Ruthless. So this is kind of the hallway where we're like approaching where he is, but you can just go ahead and run down the hallway. I'm just gonna kind of kill some stuff here with some AoEs as we're going. Doesn't really matter what you do, there's no rules. And then as you come up to here, you can see these harpooners. Now, because I'm teaching you, I'm not rushing too much, but most people would come in and kill them right away. And then there's these harpoons that show up on the ground. I clicked on the one, make sure your bags are empty too, because if they aren't empty, it'll pick up the harpoon and you won't be able to pick it up again, but it won't go into your bag. So make sure you have bag space. I was actually able to get 3 of them, which is what we need. Usually, like, okay, so you're waiting to use these harpoons when the boss comes back around in range, which he was earlier. And at first there was only the 2 harpoons on the ground, but we managed to get 3. So it says that he's in range. So we're gonna go ahead and shoot him. I got him twice. I'm gonna wait for him to come back around again. If I was really quick, because I had 3 harpoons, which is what you need, I could have like spam clicked them all real quick and killed him. But typically when I naturally do this, I only get the 2 and I blast those off on him when he's in range, and then I have to wait for the harpooners kind of spawn in this other room here. And that's where they drop their harpoons. I didn't need to pick up more because I've done enough, but 3 shots total is what it takes to get him down. So we've already done 2. There's our 3rd, and then he comes on down. So then you just kill him. And then you have a chance at getting them out. But I didn't get it. So that all kind of happened really quick, to be honest. I wasn't really sure how that was all gonna go. But yeah, at this point, what I usually do is I typically just hearth out, because while I could, you know, run back to the instance portal and kind of leave my character parked there so that I could come back tomorrow and do it, I just find that I don't really tend to do that. So I just kind of try it, you know, here and there. Maybe once a week I'll come here. So when I'm done, I just go ahead and hearthstone out and return back to my city. Darn, didn't get them out is kind of my reaction. But let me show you again, because I feel like that all happened kind of fast. So let me go ahead, log out. We're gonna hop back onto my Horde character and we'll do it again. See if I can maybe explain it a little bit better. Basically, the whole goal is to harpoon him 3 times. It starts with spawning 2 little harpooner NPCs that each drop 1. You get your 2. You can usually launch those off right away, and then you have to kind of wait for another harpooner to spawn and for him to come back around. So this time, we're going to do it again, and I'll try to kind of, I don't know, we're going to see. Like I said, these are so like real time and just like raw. So I was already parked there on my other character because we came here, and we're just going to go ahead and do it again. I'm going to try to kind of keep everything dead as I go through so that it's not so hectic, you know, like I had all these guys trailing on me, and it was probably just making it a little bit confusing for you guys to understand what was going on because there was just guys everywhere. So same thing, we're gonna go ahead and kill them on our way down. And I actually love that I'm able to show you this twice, because it kind of goes to show how you could do this on as many characters as you wanted. Like you could just keep bringing a new character. If you've got like 10 alts that are high enough level, I would assume you need to be at least like 45, 50-ish plus to run this. I'm not really sure, because I usually just do this on a high level or max level character. But if you're ever not sure if you have a character that's high enough to run something, just try it. Just go there and see if you can easily kill the stuff or not. So again, we're just obviously running through, ignoring all the boss fights. We don't need to wait and kill them. You could if you want to kill the bosses, because there might be some transmog that you want to collect or anything, but once you're kind of in the zone of like, I'm just here for the mount, you typically don't care too much about any of that stuff. If you wanted to kill this boss, just so you know, you'd have to click on this this little thing, this stasis generator, and it like spawns all these monsters in, and then eventually this boss spawns, just as a side note. But we're gonna keep going here. So I'm trying to like, all right, so you come in and then he triggers. So this is something where if you could, sometimes the goal is like to get there before he flies around, because he's on his way over. Let me also kill these guys. Okay, so I actually already killed the harpooners here. I have my bag space, so check this out. Oh shit, did they drop 3 of them? Hello? Okay, we got our 2 harpoons. So this is the goal, to get your 2 shot off when he's there. And then you can see that the harpooner is spawning over here. Sometimes, if people are really quick, you can manage to like get your 2 shot off and then kill that harpooner and launch it off before he flies around again. But I think I did that once. I don't know. I usually always wait for him to come back around. That's just kind of very simple. Get the 2 harpoons, launch him off. He can go do his thing, and then I kill the next harpooner. And like I said, if your bags were ever full, and if you picked up that harpoon but you didn't get it, it's all good, because these harpooners keep spawning, so you could just let him go around again. But yeah, once you hit him the 3 times, he is here. We're just gonna hit him with an AoE, because why not? And then you check him for the mount. So again, I didn't get it, unfortunately. I don't know what the drop chance is specifically, but it's probably something like 1% or 2%. That's typically what the mounts are. So yeah, this is again where I'd say, oh darn, didn't get the mount, and I would just go ahead and hearth out because yeah, I just don't care. But yeah, it's so cool that you can run this once a day. I feel like if I was motivated enough, I probably could have had this mount by now, but I find that I personally don't run it that much. I maybe only run it like once or twice a month-ish, just depending on how much retail WoW I'm playing, because I do play a lot of classic WoW, so sometimes I'm just not on here. But that is how you have a chance at the Blue Proto Drake. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, found it helpful. Let me know if you've ever tried to get this mount. Did you even know that it exists? Let me know if it drops for you. All the things, anything regarding the Blue Proto Drake. I'd love to hear your experiences with it. And I think that that is everything. So I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!